What is going on, everybody? I'm back again with another vlog, and today I'm in Marble Hill section, which is the northernmost neighborhood in Manhattan. It's the only neighborhood in Manhattan that is located in mainland North America. And then you guys are wondering, why is this part of Manhattan? Because if you look at the map, you can see it like it's literally in the Bronx, but it's part of Manhattan. So if you look at the map, I don't know how clear you can see it, but you can see like Marble Hill is kind of like inside the Bronx if you look at the map. But then you're wondering, why is it part of Manhattan? Well, I'm going to tell you why. There's a history behind it. So back in the days, Marble Hill used to be connected to Manhattan. By the 18th century, the shipping industry was getting pretty big, and there used to be Spike and Dival Creek, and the huge ship, they couldn't really fit in there. So it was getting really big, and they needed a way to go upstate New York and Long Island. So they wanted to save some time and money instead of going all the way by the southern part of Manhattan. So what they did was they kind of built the Harlem Canal that is shortcuts up over here, so that way it makes it easier for the ships to cross all the way to other parts of New York. Once they did that, Marble Hill was literally like an island in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by the water. So I'm going to show you the canal. So as you can see here, this is literally man-made. The water, this over here kind of like Spike and Dival Creek, and it connects with the Hudson River. So this was literally like covered with land, and Spike and Dival was connected with Manhattan. So this is still part of Manhattan over here. So this is all connected. So they man-made it, making it into an only island right here. But then that didn't last long, because it lasted almost for 20 years. And then in 1914, the water that was above, they filled it up with land, connecting Marble Hill with the Bronx. And that's why you look at the map and it feels like it's part of the Bronx. But even people that live here, they say they get internet connection from Manhattan, so that's why you know it's part of Manhattan, even though it looks like it's in mainland the Bronx. So enough with that. So let's walk around and explore a little bit of this neighborhood to see what's going on. The neighborhood is not pretty big, and it's pretty quiet and residential. There are a couple of houses around here, and it's like in the hill. And it's like a different vibe, and it's served by the Metro North, and you could take the 1 train and get off of 225th Street, 225th Street. But they got apartment complex, you know, and the busiest area is right by the subway train. But then you can see not much going on over here. It's like a peaceful vibe. And yes, believe it or not, this is Manhattan. Like, I know a lot of people, they know Manhattan because of its skyscrapers, but then you get a neighborhood like this. This is the northernmost neighborhood in Manhattan, and the only one located in mainland North America, like I said in the beginning. So let's walk around, see what is going on over here. Okay, some parts here kind of resembles the St. George section in the Staten Island, because some of the houses are cramped up in hills. Then you got apartment complex like this. This house here is pretty beautiful, so maybe I'll cross the street to get a better footage. Like I say, you got a nice house like this. This is Marble Hill Avenue. It keeps going over that way, but then this Fort Charles is like a road that goes around. And they got a curvy building over here. So let's walk around here to see what's going on. Gotta tell you, this is a pretty interesting neighborhood. And look at this house. All over here, pretty beautiful. And the reason I'm doing this is because a while ago I did a video in Kingsbridge, and I crossed over here thinking it was part of the Bronx. And then, I don't know, as social media reads my mind, all of a sudden I saw something that popped up in my feeds, and it was telling this is part of Manhattan. They show a little history, so I had to come back and do a proper video for this neighborhood. Like, look how this house is all literally like on stones, all the way on the top. That's pretty interesting. Like, I don't know, it just gives you a feel like if you're in a small town. And you don't really see much people walking around here too. It's pretty interesting. It has like its own charm, and I'm gonna assume that in the summer or in the spring or in the fall, it's even beautiful with the trees, with the leaves out of the trees, so you know. But yeah, and as small as it is, it's a good neighborhood for doing cardio too. Like, you can go up the hill, go down, do a little bit of exercise and explore around, so pretty interesting. And then got more over here. Nice houses on top. Then the street will connect to you to the entrance of the Metro North, but I'm gonna walk around. And I wanna show you a park, and in that park should be like the borderline that it tells you, okay, this side is Manhattan, this other side is the Bronx. So we're gonna go check that out. And you see the Mid-Surf apartment complex. Then there's tall buildings, and the other side is another beautiful neighborhood that is part of the Bronx, Spuyten Duyvil. Then this street over here will take you right to the Metro North. And the river's over there, the artificial river. So let's go around here to see what else is going on. This is the last time I came, I don't think I walked this part of the neighborhood. And you know, you think about many neighborhoods in New York City, people don't seem to mention this one, but it has its own charm, and the best of all is like it's literally the whole neighborhood to yourself, you know. Not even tourists, you don't even got probably the locals that live around here, but yeah. But it's pretty nice neighborhood. So now I'm going around, and I'm probably gonna end up where I was coming again. I like this apartment because it has like its own driveway. Then I actually like this house over here. Kind of looks like a lighthouse or a church. And we are going down the hill. There are more beautiful houses over here. And you can even hear the birds, which is pretty rare to hear it during the winter, but you hear it till it gets wetter. The other days it was brutally cold, but today is late 40s, almost 50 degrees. That's how bipolar the weather can get up here. Walking to 227th Street, gonna make a left, then another left to Adrian Avenue to see what's going on. Really tiny streets, but so far you got the brick buildings with the architecture. And I think this neighborhood is pretty good, you know, like for working class, for family. Then over here should be Adrian Avenue. So I'm probably gonna go make a left, then go on the other side, make a curve to see the other side of the neighborhood. Then I'll make my way to the park. Adrian Avenue over here, and a lot of houses. So I guess if you ask, are there houses in Manhattan? I guess the answer is yes, just come to Marble Hill. And this over here has like its own driveway. But yeah. Brick houses combined with apartment complex, and about the prices of the rent, like some of them they could be on the affordable side. You know, I know some of the buildings here are rent control. I know because I got my friend, if she's watching this video, shout out to Jolisa, lives around here, and that's how I found out about this neighborhood. And then I like this one with their own garage. Yeah, it's pretty beautiful. And then the sun is over here. It's just crazy how you literally don't see much people walking around. But that's how I like it. I think it's better for me to explore, easier for me to film. Got the sun hitting my face, but I wear the shades. But I'm not complaining because the weather is just perfect today. So I will make my way to 225th. That is the street that takes you to the subway train. I gotta say, where the subway train is like a different vibe from over here. Like you would never expect this neighborhood to be pretty quiet because it's like a different vibe in the subway train. A lot of crowds, you know, a lot of business, but I'm gonna make it right to 225th and then merge into Terrace View Avenue on Street to see what's going on, see what it looks like, and then see what else can I find in this neighborhood. Then I'm walking by 225th and I'm gonna merge with Terrace View, and there you see some tall buildings. Well, those tall buildings are, I think that's probably the beginning of the Bronx, New York, and a beautiful neighborhood on that side, Spuyten Duyvil. Then I see another avenue over here. I can't even pronounce it correct. Tilneson Place. Maybe I'll walk a little bit down to see what's going on over there. There's not much happening over here. It's just probably like the entrance to this tall apartment complex. But then you see like the beautiful house surrounded by the hills. But now I'm just gonna make my way back over here, see what's going on, and then hopefully finally I can walk to the park to see the division of the borderline. So not much happening over here, just regular apartments. Then the further I go over here, I think that's when the street's gonna get a little bit nicer. Then this must be a school. I guess You enter in the Manhattan side, then you party exit in the Bronx side. But then here, pretty nicer, pretty residential this side over here. It's crazy how small this neighborhood is, but it could have a lot of diversity in terms of houses and apartments that you can find here, you know. So let me walk forward. And this street, it goes around and it will take me to the park and head me towards the Bronx side. And then you got Adrian Avenue. Here in the corner, you got the beautiful church. If you guys saw my Kingsbridge video, you guys saw that I walk around here without knowing that I'm approaching kind of like the borderline of another borough. So this is the park that is between the two boroughs of Manhattan and the Bronx. This over here is 230, and this back in the days used to be water, so they literally sealed this up, and this is how they connect Marble Hill with the Bronx. So this is like the Bronx over here, and this park over here should be like the border of the Bronx with Manhattan. But let me walk around to see if I can find the sign. So this is the sign I'm looking for. See, it says now entering Manhattan, then the other side, now entering the Bronx. Like you would have noticed it, because it's literally like one park. So basically this is the Bronx right here, and this over here is Manhattan, so that's pretty interesting. So just to give you a recap of this park, because I've been here before and I would have never guessed it. Like it's just like a standard park. But you see the regular park and you see the bathroom, and literally like in the other side of the bathroom, that's Manhattan right there. So you got to walk around and see that sign that I was just showing you guys, so you can pay attention that you literally just enter another border, even though it looks the same. So all of this is all connected together, and to believe that there was all like literally water connecting with Spite and Dival Creek, and then they just seal it up with soil and it connect this neighborhood with the Bronx. So pretty interesting, and it's always good to learn a little bit about the history. So that was the end of my video exploring Marble Hill in the northern part of Manhattan. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.